The reverse discard in a toxic relationship happens when a narcissist or a toxic person pushes you and makes you be the one that breaks up with them. And if you're new here, I'm a diagnosed narcissist and I use my platform to point out people's toxic traits and behaviors as well. In today's episode of A Narcissist Explains, we're going to be talking about just that. When a narcissist forces you to be the one that breaks up with them, you discard them. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. So the reverse discard happens when a narcissistic person or a toxic person pushes you away from them and they make you be the one that breaks up with them. They treat you so horrible. They just completely emotionally disconnect from you. Sometimes they physically disconnect from you as well, but they make you they push you to the point where you just like, okay, I'm finished. I'm done. And a lot of times they do this so they can play the victim in the circumstance. They can have a reason to move on quickly. They can say something like, well, you broke up with me, so I can move on if I want to. Wait, you want me to wait around for you to decide that I'm worthy of you? No, I'm going to go find love elsewhere. That love that they found elsewhere has already been there for a while. They just didn't want to seem like the bad guy to break up with you, so they made you break up with them. When they move on quickly, they can tell the kids and stuff like that, like, well, I wasn't good enough for your mommy or your daddy, so I'm going to find somebody else better. I found someone else better that treats me better and that values me. First discard happens all the time, and it makes you question whether or not you were actually the issue. Hope this helps. So, the good old reverse discard by a narcissist or a toxic person. So, not only narcissists and toxic people do this, y'all, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a narcissist if you are the one to discard them. I will say that. So, the reverse discard happens when that narcissistic person, toxic person that you're dealing with is over their relationship. They want to discard you, but sometimes they're scared to do it. Sometimes they don't have the strength to do it. Sometimes they don't want to do it. They want you to do it. So instead of being a human being and talking to you about it, they just start to treat you terribly. They emotionally discard you, right? They disconnect from you. Like they're short with you. Their fuse is shorter. They're angry with you. They refuse to touch you. They refuse to communicate with you. It's kind of like they completely disregard you and disconnect from you. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times they do this in this situation because it makes them look better. It makes them feel better if you break up with them. Because a lot of times, I tell this to people all the time, if they are not connected to you, then typically they're trying to connect to someone else. That's just the way it goes. If they're not connecting to you, they're trying to connect to someone else, or they're already connected to someone else and they just need a reason or an excuse to leave. So instead of being the one that just, hey, look, this isn't working, I gotta go. They will do that sometimes, but they just disconnect from you. They start showing up late. They start coming home later, leaving earlier, not returning your text messages, turning off their location. You can tell that they're doing something, but they're not open and honest with you. And they disconnect. They push you away where you just get fed up. You're just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm finished. I break up with you. We're done. We're finished. Get out of here right now. And that's exactly what they want. Congrats. They're like, yes, I did it. I got broken up with. And when you break up with them, it gives them, see the air quotes, it gives them the excuse to move on quickly. You broke up with me, so now I can move on. Now it's not as bad because you broke up with me. I didn't leave you for someone else. You broke up with me and I found someone else. That's how it happens. I'll say this in this video, y'all. Just because you think the reverse discard is happening doesn't mean you shouldn't break up with them. If you want to break up with them because they're treating you badly, break up with them. Don't I don't want to give them an excuse. If you are unhappy, leave them alone. I know a lot of times it's easier said than done, but if you are unhappy and you have the ability or you're in a position to be able to leave them alone, leave them alone. Don't worry about it. I don't want to give them the excuse to move on quickly, y'all. Or if you either give them the excuse to move on quickly, the excuse, quotation marks, you either give them that excuse or you willfully stay in a toxic relationship where you're getting treated horribly. You just have a roommate that y'all don't talk to each other now. So both of y'all are avoiding each other now. So the house is, y'all disconnected in the house. If y'all have kids, the kids can feel it. They can see it. Mommy and daddy aren't talking to each other. Mommy and mommy aren't talking to each other. Daddy and daddy aren't talking to each other. Whatever your family dynamic is. We're inclusive over here, y'all. Whatever your family dynamic is. You see what I'm saying? Let it go. Like I said, you don't have to hold on to it. But I don't want to give them an excuse. Y'all, it doesn't, like, at the end of the day, you're setting yourself free as well. Are they free to go gallivant around with their affair partner and make it seem like you left them and they just moved on? Yeah, they're free to do that. But you have peace. You get that peace. Of course, get your ducks in a row. I'm not telling you to willy-nilly go in there and break up with them right now. I'm just saying, get your ducks in a row. Set yourself up to be taken care of. Set yourself up in the best possible predicament, and then take those steps forward, and then move forward with that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Do it like that. Now, because I tell people all the time, like, don't sit in a toxic relationship because you don't want to be the reverse discard to happen. No. And also, because sometimes if you reverse discard them, if you break up with them and they find somebody else and you see them treating somebody else better, you start to think that you were the problem. They moved on so quickly and they're treating the next person so much better. They're giving the next person everything I've asked for. So was I the problem? Yeah. That's why I just said you have the ability. You have the ability yourself to go out here and give yourself everything that you've been asking for. You don't need somebody else to validate you like that. Yeah, I know it's easier said than done. I understand the dynamic, but you don't need someone else to validate you. You don't need somebody else to validate your experiences or give you all that stuff you've been wanting and asking for. Find somebody else that will. If this person is refusing to, or they're just intentionally withholding stuff, then find somebody else that will. I know it's easier said than done, but you can do it. And also, think about the mindset that goes into the reverse discard, y'all. Because they're scared to break up with you, or they want that front end excuse, they are intentionally treating you badly. Think about the power, think about the mental disconnect it takes to intentionally treat someone badly. They're intentionally, mentally, verbally, physically abusing you so you can break up with them. And who cares about the excuse? I'm just telling you. Sometimes, like, they'll tell the kids, like, well, mommy broke up with me, so that's the reason the family isn't together. I wasn't good enough for mommy, or I wasn't good enough for daddy, y'all. Daddy broke up with me, so I'm gonna find you a new daddy. You know, you see that dynamic right there. Do not worry about it. I was just saying, in the end, of course, set yourself up correctly, document everything that's needed. If you feel like they're doing a reverse discard, I don't know if you have the funds to do it. Hire a private investigator, because sometimes that affair can help save you some money. If they're having an affair waiting for you to break up, they can help save you some money. If you think the reverse discard is happening right now, I don't know if a private investigator can help save you some money in a divorce, or if proving an affair can help get you some money or something like that. I don't understand. I don't know. But if you feel like you're being reverse discarded right now, look a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Safely dig a little deeper, y'all. But anyway, y'all, let me cut this thing short. This is one that's short and sweet, to the point. The Self-Love Journal, I Love Me, a Self-Love Journal by Lee Hammock, is available on Amazon. People ask me to take a look on the inside. This is what the inside looks like, y'all. I love me. And look, there's positive affirmations in here like, I love me, I'm worthy. The definition of worthy, and then you go into detail about how you are worthy. Lee, tell me how I'm worthy. You have to tell yourself how you're worthy. You write it on these lines. You go through the positive affirmations, and you affirm yourself. You validate yourself. That's what the Self-Love Journal is about. I can't tell you how to love yourself. You have to tell you how to love yourself. You search Lee Hammock Self-Love on Amazon. Thank y'all so much for the support. I appreciate y'all. Mental Healness is out. Peace.